So if you have questions on chapter 14, bring it out for discussions before we move on to chapter 16.
But do we have to do case tomorrow? Which chapter is it?
Which case?
It's 6, right?
Let me look.
6.1.
You didn't do it?
Yeah, I'm almost done with that. What is 6.1, 6.2?
Yeah, I'm almost finished.
I gotta type mine up other day.
I sent the cases in an email to all of you. And I told in the case that you have to ignore those listed on the syllabus.
Yeah, it doesn't have on here which one it is. I have to look.
Yeah, do you have it?
I have the link pulled up, but it just says assignment 3.
I
Yeah,
think you
it's,
have to check a message.
6.1,
Email.
6.2.
Yeah, 6.6, assignment 3. When you finish, you have only one more assignment to do.
It was 6.1, 6.2.
Is it big? Is it long one?
No, it's not very bad. 6.1 has 2 questions and 6.2 has 3 questions.
Oh, 5 questions?
Yeah, it's not bad.
And you see that all those assignments are related to seven seals.
I'm sorry, it's 6.1, so it's chapter 6? And
But we have
in chapter 16 now?
We have already talked about chapter 6, and that is, I cannot give you an assignment.
No, for example, I understand like this, we have to do case on a on a chapter 14, because we just did it, chapter 14, we did case number 6, or chapter number 6, man, before the maybe midterm, and we are almost done with the semester, and we're doing like this, I mean, I don't care, yeah, but it's not like, I don't care. I'm just saying, we're on chapter 16, but we have to do case on the chapter 6. I mean,
What is bad about it?
I mean, because we studied this long time ago, and we kind of not really remember if you're gonna give us case on a 14, 13, and on a 13 chapter, or 14 is gonna be better for us because we know what you taught, and we can write something about it.
So you think you cannot go back to the
Yes,
previous?
I can. Yes, I can.
You cannot go back
yes,
to
I can, but it's gonna be better if we just did chapter 14, yeah? And we have a case 14.1, 14.2. And we just did it, and we can do it, Is this how it should be? And we not do like chapter 6. Chapter 6.1.2. We almost done with the semester. He doesn't want to say.
Mark, can you answer him for me?
Well, all the cases are pretty similar, though. They all kind of involve the same thing.
I mean, I know because I'm doing them. You don't have to explain me what cases are. I'm just saying, chapter 14 case is going to be better for us.
Let's go on with chapter 16. Now, it is likely that we have this chapter 16 and 17 to discuss. We will finish maybe by next week or next 2 weeks, and the rest of the time, you will use it to work on the project. You see? And remind me next week to open up test number 3. Which is from the 15th to what? 21 or something like that, 3 days on the 19th. So remind me next week so that I will open it for you to work on it. The test is already there, yes.
Is the project a video we record and then upload it? Because there seems to be a place to upload the project to on
No.
Moodle. Or is it done right here?
Yeah, the project, when you finish writing it, I think you might have shared it among you, for each of you writing
So it's going to be a paper
session.
we turn in.
Yeah, they put the paper together,
Okay.
and then turn it in, put it on Moodle for me to read.
Okay.
Is a link on Moodle to submit it?
Yeah.
When is it due?
I'd have to check, but it's much later.
Did you do yours?
No, I ain't finished with it.
Did you start it?
It's same group.
It's due May 2nd.
See a little while.
May 2nd.
Man, we're in the same group. What are you talking about?
You needed the same group.
Man, are you crazy? What are you doing?
Cola. I
Huh?
know that much. It's gonna be a cola, like soda,
Coca-Cola?
not Coca-Cola, but just I hate to come up with the right name.
With a soda.
Yeah.
I didn't like these ideas with soda.
Now,
So if you drink soda, it's bad for you, yeah?
chapter 16 is on planning, staffing, and training successful salespersons. You see, you need the company or the firm needs people to represent the company. We have to have the staff. And when you recruit the individual to work for you, you have to train the person, because you cannot just recruit the person and put the person to work. The person might be doing some wrong things. And for the salesperson to be successful, you have to train the salesperson. You have to do that. So, the chapter tells this, the tree of business life. And this, you see that this chapter involves management. You see. And what are the guiding principles? What are the guiding principles for this? You see. That the golden rule is that tells us that you have to what? Remember, get to know the nature. Do you see? That the characteristics needed to be a sales manager. What are the qualities? Do you see? Needed by the company. That's the manager need the staff, the salespersons, whose characteristics are the same, match the characteristics of the sales manager. 2, remember that just as there is a golden rule of sales, there is also a golden rule of what? Of sales management. As a sales manager, what do you have to do? You have to treat others as you would like to be treated. Treat others as you would like to be treated. That is the golden rule. So, the nature, that is the characteristics needed for managing today's salespersons. Do you see? So as a leader, what are the things that you need to know? What do you need to possess in managing today's sales force? Here, you need what? Joy in the work that you do. You have to be happy with it. You need happiness in the workplace, in your relationship with the people that you work with. You need that. Good relationships. If you are a manager, if you are a leader, if you are a sales leader, you need to have harmony and good relationships with the people you work with. 2, be patient with the people you work with. Don't be agitated and then work under impulse. Be kind to people. Don't be cruel. And think that, oh, this person is not like this. He is not like me. I am not going to like this person. Show favoritism to some of the employees and leave others. That is not fair. Be moral in what you do as a leader, as a manager. You have to be faithful. You have to be frank. Fairness. You have to be fair. Treat all the employees, the people you work with, treat all of them with fairness. Don't be so nice to some of the employees and hate others. That is not right. And you know, this is the United States. If the one employee finds out, or 2, 3 finds out that you are treating others differently from them, you know that they will file a suit against you. Yes. So you have to be very careful as you get out from here to work. If you go and you are a manager, be very careful about this. Treat all employees equally. Don't show favors to others. Treat others differently. It is not going to work for you. 2, control your emotions. These are the characteristics that we have talked about already. And you have to show care as a leader. Care for all the people that you work with. Now, as human beings, you see, it is difficult to meet all these characteristics. But you see that when you see that you have made a mistake, acknowledge the mistake. Work on the mistake that you have made. Correct it. And get it right. You are a salesperson, and maybe you have been given the position to be a sales manager. You see? You see that you have moved from one level to another level. You expect certain things to be different, to change. Do you see? Now, what changes are likely that you are going to experience, that you are going to go through? Do you see? Look at the perspectives on change. Look at the goals that come with the change. Responsibilities of the change. What is it that you are going to do? As a salesperson, you know what you are doing. But now, you are a manager, sales manager. Being a sales manager comes with what? Other responsibilities, different from you as a salesperson. Are you satisfied? Are you pleased to go with their position as a sales manager? You expect changes here, do you see? And what are the skills that you need to have as moving from the salesperson to be a manager? And what are the relationships? All these are all changes are going to come with this. So, we are transitioning from salespersons to sales manager. What are the experiences that are being promoted here? You see that you are going to go through these 7 phases. Look at them. You see, immobilization. What is it, this concept about? Look at the second one, minimizing or denial of change. Depression. Take a moment and look at this. Take a moment. Acceptance of reality, testing, searching for meanings, and internalization. But look at this. Depression. Moving from a sales manager to a salesperson to a sales manager. Why is it that you think you are going to go through? You are going to be depressed.
As you lose some of those relationships that you made, you're not talking to those same people every day, people you made friends with.
Crow, Mr. Mason, is it likely that we could go through depression if we move?
If we move?
Yes, yeah. From to be the sales from a salesperson to be the leader of the sales people. Why do you think that you see that we are going to go through this?
Because you're not going to have as much interactions with the people that you used to do business with.
Okay. So, how do we deal with this? You see, you begin to wonder how, if you are appointed as a sales manager, that you are going to manage other characters. Do you see? You are going to manage you are going to have other responsibilities. It's a change that you are going to experience. And you see, you are going to be wondering how you would be able to handle. How will you be able to handle the change? How are you going to relate to the people that you are going to work with? Sometimes you will fall under what? Silence. Begin to think. You see, the challenging position that they have put you, the business has put you into, the new role that you are going to play can make you depressed. Now, especially here, do you see, if you do not accept, do you see, if you are not satisfied with the job, do you see, you are going to be depressed. You see, salespersons, new sales managers face this initially. They face these problems. One, here, are they prepared for the job? All of a sudden, Mark or Platon or Mason is appointed, hey, you get a job. You are the leader of the sales force now. You see, you are not prepared for the job. It's a problem that you have to deal with. But you see that over here, the business, the company has to put you through training for you to understand your responsibilities, what role that you are going to play. Transitioning. You have to be given the orientation, the training to do the job. I don't think that in the United States here, anybody, new recruits, are just put on to do the job. No. That will be unfair. Do you see? Do you see? How here, how you are going to be what? You are going to function in the job. Are you going to be good immediately that you become a leader? Immediately, how are you prepared to build relationships with your staff, with the sales force that you are going to lead? You see? You are a sales manager, a new sales manager. How do you know other sales managers? The other sales managers are your peer, your counterparts. How do you deal with them? Do you see? There are things that you have to do. Immediately, you are appointed as a leader of a sales team. Moving from one level to the other. Here, you have to what? Be prepared to learn. Put up that attitude. Don't refuse the training that you are. If they are giving you the training, the one who is giving the training, you have to be patient and work with the person. Do you see? And then you have to be realistic. Accept that, do you see, there are expectations from you. Expectations that you have to meet. And as a leader, you have to learn to accept the new job. Do you see? And make what? Changes, adjustments. Make adjustments to accept and do the new, play the new role that has been what? Entrusted to you. do that. Learn. You might be given somebody, put under somebody to be under training. Be patient and learn. And know that you might have a college degree or master's degree. And know that your mentor, the one who is going to train you, might be a high school kid. But he has been there for long, has acquired the necessary skills, experience. Don't go there in the period of the training that, oh, this person is a high school kid and he's giving me. Don't put up that attitude. Don't do that. Because he is more experienced. He knows the job. And you have to be what? Prepared to learn. No matter how unsuitable it is, you have to have that attitude. Learn, learn, learn from the one mentoring you. Do not step up and say that, oh, you have master's degree, you have college degree, you have PhD. That person has been there for long. He knows what he does. So be prepared to accept. Put up a positive attitude and then learn the new role that you are going to play. Accept the challenges that the leadership role is all about for you. Do you see? Please make the necessary changes to fit the new role. You see that today, there is nothing that we do. There's nothing that we do that we can avoid. Technology, you cannot avoid it. You have to do it. For you to be successful, you need that knowledge of the technology. You see, a computer is a powerful equipment to use. Those of us who were not born into the computer age, we find difficulty in getting the computer knowledge, the computer language. But those who are born into it, this is your call in the 21st century. Get it right before you get to the job. Being a lifetime sales manager is not a simple thing. Do you see? Look at the levels. We have what? The district sales manager. And we have the regional sales manager. We have the national sales manager. You see? And as the district sales manager, you know what you should do, your responsibilities. You are the link between the salespeople and the manager's immediate boss. You are the link. You shuttle between, you see, the salespersons or the salespeople and the managers. A manager, as a manager, you must be what? Effective. Effective here means what? Doing the right thing. That is what it means by effectiveness in managing salespeople and influencing the one above you, your boss. No, at this point, we should know how important the class is, this class is. if we go through this and then we go back to read the book well, and we make the adjustment, we will be what? Good sales managers or sales people. This is the model. The district sales manager links salespeople to their company. Do you see? Look at the location. Look at the situation where the sales manager is. You see that the district sales manager works between what? The regional manager and the sales people. So look at this. Take a moment and look. The link. If you are a district sales manager, you are the link between the regional manager and the sales persons. Are you coughing? Oh, you are choking?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. We know that you are fine. That's why we want you to be alive. Don't get choked. Any questions? This here is in your textbook. Look at it and then see. Look at it. You see that at the top here is what? Is the regional manager. Now, below, you see you as the district manager, and you see that we have several people positions situated on the same level. That is the district managers. If you go to J.C. Penney, if you go to the Belt, Kroger's, and you, Mr. Mason, Pepsi, don't you have this kind of positions there?
Yeah.
So you have the district managers, and we have what the regional managers. In this area, where, in this area, where does the regional manager reside?
Regional manager, he kind of floats between different offices, between here, Oak Hill, and
Oak Hill.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And Westville.
Whitville here.
Or no, I'm not sure if he's with that one or not. I know Oak Hill and Princeton for sure. He's got one more though.
Oh, okay. And then under the Oak Hill, who is the regional manager in charge of the whole region, we have what? We have the district manager. You see, where does your regional manager reside?
Somewhere around here.
Is around this area?
Yes, sir.
And are you a salesperson?
No, I left sales. I left the sales.
You left that position.
I left the sales position.
Okay. So you see that in sales, we have the regional manager, we have the district and the salesperson, and you see that from here, you move to the what? The regional manager, the national manager in charge of the whole country. National. That is the structure, the levels of authority here. Let's see. We look at the salary for management. Take a moment and look at this slide. The relevance of salaries. How is salary for the managers? How do they determine their salaries? You see, how do they do that? Look at this. look at it, that you see that the salary is usually related to what? The actual sales volume of what? Of the units managed. So the regional manager here for Pepsi, you see, if that person is here in Bluefield or he's here in Whitfield, do you see, the volume of sales made in this area will determine how much should be paid to the manager. And two, here, the number of salespeople that the regional manager or the manager manages. You see, if he's supervising so many people, let's say 100 people, and the one managing, let's say 50 people, you see that the responsibility, the role played is different. You see, one district manager will be paid more than the other managing smaller numbers of salespeople. Look at this, the length of experience, that is the length of time that the manager has actually acquired in the past, and the annual sales volume for the firm. You see, the annual sales, if it is big, I think the firm will not bother paying you more for this. And you see that salary is just one part of the compensation paid. It's one aspect. You see that if you are working, you see there are those who work for wages and those who are on salary. If you are a salaried worker, whether or not you go to work, your salary is there. You don't touch it. Do you see? In addition to the salary are the benefits. You see that sometimes the benefits that comes with the position tends to be what? Bigger than the salary, your actual salary itself. So if you put in an application and they interview you and the company interviews you and they recruits you interested in your skills and want you to work, in salary negotiations, you have to pay more attention to the benefits. This morning I was talking to my wife in preparing our income tax. I looked at her that W-2, and I realized that the retiring benefits is not there. So this morning, I drew her attention. I said, look at what it is. Yeah, she says, yes, they give retirement benefits, but he doesn't contribute. Then I asked her, if I die tomorrow, I will not be there to support you, to help you. How? If you turn 50, if you turn 60, if you retire, how are you going to support yourself and your children? You see the point that I raised? place. Why? And he says he doesn't like where she works. And therefore, he's looking for another. And there are, over here, they have only two hospitals. Here, she left Brookfield Regional Medical Center where they were not paying, and then moved to the rehabilitation center. And I think from what he said this morning, he doesn't like the place. He wants to leave. But there are no hospitals. Now, the problem, if the kids were not there, you see, this is what other nurses do. They go to Roanoke, stay there for 3 nights, and they get what? The full 40 hours. They call it what? PRN. But the children, if he leaves for 3 nights, 3 days, who is going to take care of the children during the day? This is the problem. And I reminded her that when I was in South Carolina at Voorhees College, they lied to us that the college was contributing towards our retirement fund. I was there for 10 years. And that if we were made to contribute, and the college was contributing for 10 years there, I would have saved about 100,000 for 10 years. Serious. But they lied to us. I called the human resource director. I didn't get her. She returned a call. And she said he's sending me forms to fill to get paid. At lifetime, 5 years, 10 years for the contribution which the college said it did for us. You see, I called my friend at Albany State, who was also there for 10 years. Maybe some people, some of the former employees might have even forgotten about it. See? So I touched on her to be very careful about these benefits. If you get a federal job, you know the benefits are so attractive. Very, 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 very attractive. The benefits maybe outpace at the actual salary that you are making. So tomorrow, if we are attending an interview here, look at the benefits. Insurance, retirement benefit, their contribution, healthcare, do you see, tax holidays and all kind of things. You need to get all this. You need to get all this. And if you put all this together, you see that the benefits alone might outpace, might be more than bigger than the actual salary that you are getting. So, my friends, let us look at the overview of the job. We will continue from here on Monday, unless you have questions.